Welcome back, everybody. I'm out here today at Universal Studios to check out some final updates for Halloween Horror Nights 2023. It is 1 week until opening night and I'm super excited. I was here about 2 weeks ago and said I would come back to check on what has changed since I was last here, so that's why I'm here. We're gonna be walking around to all the scare zones and checking out all the new details, seeing if any new food booths have popped up. Plus, after we're done here, I'm gonna head over to Islands of Adventure and go check out the All Hallows Eve boutique because that has also changed over for the Halloween season to a new Dr. Oddfellow themed store, which sounds really cool. Plus, I heard the tribute store is back home. Why don't you guys come along? Let's go make some memories together. The entryway into HHN, into our first scare zone, which is Dr. Oddfellow's collection of horrors, is just a tad different than previous years. Normally it's a little bit further down into what's now Minions Land, but here they literally throw you right in. And it doesn't look too much different than the last time I was here. We do have some new lighting units up here, but other than that, it kind of looks the same. They've still got some work to do, obviously, but we may not see much other than like a marquee sign for the year, an additional lighting, maybe some additional decorations. There was also an archway when you very first walk in that had some big speakers on it. It's probably for the entrance show and for just pumping in music to kind of like build hype for the evening. And then over here to the right, we have the caravan, which last time I said is probably belonging to Dr. Oddfellow. We've got some additional props out here that weren't here last time. Got some additional props like the suitcases on stage, and it's actually open now. It was covered last time, so you can see some artifacts and just some little things here and there. I'm sure there's some Easter eggs that I'm probably not catching. Like that gold trophy for some reason looks very modern. And over here we have some very large crates and barrels, including this sign that we will definitely see more of later. And that's kind of it for this first scare zone. It seems pretty tight compared to previous years, but this is going to be something that just kind of sets the tone for the evening. We'll probably get a little bit of every scare zone's monsters in it just to kind of let you know what you're going to be dealing with that evening. But yeah, I am very excited for the scare zone. Coming into our next scare zone, Dark Zodiac, which actually has signage for it now. This looks so cool. You can see all the different signs in there from the Zodiac. Oh, I love this. I think creating a Zodiac-based Horror Nights scare zone is a very, very cool concept. Here we are at the fire stage that has the signs for Sagittarius, Aries, and Leo. Now the Leo one is covered up now. There was a picture of a lion right here. Usually when things are covered up, that typically means that there is something a little gruesome underneath that the normal, regular public can't see. Because when you're here at Horror Nights, it can be a little bloody, a little gruesome. So that's probably what's happening there. Also, I don't think this bar was right here, along with this like bell, this kettle bell. So I don't know what they're gonna do, because clearly this is a stage for Horror Nights actors, which they also have this blocked off now. And I would assume all three signs will be represented on the stage by actors, or at least in the general area, which means we'll probably get 12 different costumes for all the signs, which is so cool to me. We've got a stack of barrels here. We've got more barrels down that way, and then even more down towards the end. But I'm not seeing any major updates in this one. Let's go check out the water stage. That's the only other stage that still exists. Still no earth and still no air. Yeah, this is the water stage represented by Scorpio, Pisces, and Cancer. And based on the shape of this outline, this could be a mannequin underneath to represent a victim of the zodiac signs. Yeah, you got Scorpio there, Pisces up here, and then Cancer is on the other side. Yeah, I'm very excited to see what they end up doing with these stages and the actors, and then what the other two stages end up looking like, because I'm kind of surprised we don't have those yet. We still have a whole another week, but I wish they were here. Coming into our next scare zone, which is Jungle of Doom. This one was rather, I would say almost complete when I was last here. Definitely the most out of any of them. The one big difference I see here is we've got some more details here, like some foliage, and these lanterns for sure. These for sure are new. Other than that, I don't really see a whole lot that is new. I still love this plane detail though. I wonder if this will play some sort of significant role in the scare zone at all, or if it's merely just a prop. Either way, it is super duper cool. And I still love the detail of the parachute caught in the trees. And I think our bats and our giant spiders are the only creatures that are actively here. I think everyone else is just gonna be a scare actor. But yeah, very short, very quick scare zone, one of the smallest ones for sure, but it looks really, really cool, and I'm very excited to see how this one ends up turning out. And right outside of Kids Zone, we have what looks like the entryway to one of the haunted houses. Typically these have the signage or like a TV that says what the haunted house is, the current wait time. Yeah, we've got one here, which seems random, but I wonder if it's gonna transport you back here, which I was right about my prediction last time, is that these walls would be wrapped up by the time HHN would have rolled around. And it looks really good. And my only guess is so this can be usable for Kids Zone Pizza, where pizza fries are normally at, or at least in my experience, they've been back here. At the very edge of Kids Zone, right before you get into Springfield, we've got these two pillars with runes on them. And I know I've seen runes before, I just don't remember where. I think it was on maybe one of the food booths. But we've also got this lighting fixture up here, and we've got this not really themed food truck. I mean, it's a universal one that they park out here. I think it was out here for Mardi Gras last year. But we have the stand here where you can order your food, which is very clearly Halloween themed. Like I said in my previous video, Simpsons doesn't really ever get anything because it's pretty strictly, you know, Simpsons. But I've heard the rumors and I'm seeing more articles pop up about the roaming Megan robot horde. You guys have seen the movie Megan. She's like a toy come to life. I never saw the movie. I want to, but I would die if they actually made that a real thing, because it's super campy and super hilarious, and it would only just add to the atmosphere for the night. Coming back here to Men in Black, where again, historically, they don't really have anything for HHN. However, we see a more completed entryway into one of the houses. They actually have the TV up, along with the curtains, and a little blockade not letting you back there. So for sure, this will be an entrance to one of the houses. But this over here doesn't have that, and it's much larger, so I would assume this is gonna be the exit only. It's kind of how it was last year, so looks like they're keeping it the same. But it's exciting to see that they actually have like monitors and stuff up for the wait times. Cutting across this bridge over between Simpsons and the Wizarding World, let's go see if there's anything new on this little island area. Now we still have the kind of castle-like food booth over here, and I'm kind of surprised we don't have another one over here in this area where we had one, I think the last 2 years. It feels odd to not kind of fill out this space a little bit. Again, we still have a whole nother week, so they could pull out some magic in that time period. But I don't notice anything different on here other than those might be similar runes to the ones we saw on those pillars, but I'm not 100% sure. And this one also does have its counter with its register, also themed to the castle kind of aesthetic or church aesthetic. I can't quite tell what it's supposed to be. And I'm gonna assume probably all of the food booths have these out. We'll obviously see them as we continue on. Looks like we finally have signage for Nightmare Fuel Revenge Dream back here at the old Fear Factor Theater. I have heard this show is going to be different from the one from previous years, and I've stated before, I've never seen any of them, and I'm hoping to actually set some time aside and watch it this year. Walking into the London waterfront area, which is the Wizarding World, and it's finally been confirmed that Death Eaters will be appearing over here in Diagon Alley for the first time. Speculation was swirling there for a while, and there's obviously props that they have spread out that I've shown before, but I do want to go walk around back in Diagon Alley itself, see if anything new has popped up. I don't think so, because it's kind of a roaming show. They don't really like stop and do anything other than just like be creepy and like harass you. There is anything new. Well, let's go pop back there anyways and see if there's anything new. Everything feels the same back here. In fact, I think everything is the same back here as it was. Still the same stage, there's a couple barrels here and there. I don't know if I ever mentioned, but there is stuff over in Nocturne Alley. It's just so dark in there that like I can't really pick it up on film. But they do have crates and stuff that I would assume Death Eaters are gonna use to hide behind. That would actually be a really nice place to get scared at, because it's so dark back in there that like you don't even really need the things to hide behind. So it's kind of creative for them to make an additional hiding spot in an already pitch black area. Plus, I'm just really excited to see that the Wizarding World is actually getting something, because I remember last year when I came, or maybe it was 2 years ago, I came back here and it was a ghost town, because there wasn't anything. There was no food, there was no scare zones, no houses, because it's very strictly Harry Potter. So it makes me happy to see that they're actually utilizing just about every land here now. Now, before we enter Shipyard 32, which is the next scare zone, I wanted to come over here to what's supposed to be the outdoor bar. I don't know if this is supposed to be like a photo op or what this is supposed to be, but I think the bar is back in here underneath this like lighting unit with these big lights. Oh, they've actually added like connecting rods here that I would assume something would drape over you, like some kind of archway for the walkway. Now I can see this area back here potentially being the bar, but I don't know if that's just too close to the water, or maybe again, it's just for a photo op. And they have additional stuff back here, but it's kind of blocked off. I can't really get back there, or at least I'm not gonna attempt to, because it's pretty configured a certain way. Now these loungers are new as well, or at least they're new to me, and I don't think these are part of Lombard's, which is the normal restaurant here. So this might be for the Halloween lounge. And unfortunately, I can't go around the corner to see more, but they've done quite a bit over here as well. Coming into Shipyard 32, which is the next scare zone, we have another of that occult symbol. There's actually some pretty significant changes for this one too. We have a new food booth, which isn't related to HHN, it's just shaped like a trolley car because we are in San Francisco. Let's see what they've got. Vegetable egg rolls with sweet chili dipping sauce. Ooh, Cantonese cinnamon sugar donut stick, that sounds good. Asian chopped salad, so it's like a little Asian booth. Very cool. Unfortunately, I did just eat, so I'm not really hungry, but the Golden Gate Sunset Boba does sound pretty good. Oh, wow. That's huge. That's the little donut stick, and there is the little spring rolls, and they've got that chopped salad and the boba in the glass case here. I think it looks really good, and I really like the colors they picked. And the very first thing I noticed is this giant truck with the Oddfellow trademark trading in imports. I believe the storyline for this one is that he's importing all these different monsters and they get loose. Based on the giant crushed crate, I would assume that's accurate, which now has a giant net on it. That wasn't there before. They have blocked off from people from climbing on it. We do have additional set dressings, and I really like this cage, the do not open live specimen. And I don't know if they're gonna put something in here. Like, it's obviously too small. Well, maybe not. Maybe someone really tiny could fit in there. If they pick like a really small actor, I'll definitely have to come back and check this out. Here's another of Dr. Oddfellow's symbols. They've also added a net to the inside of this one just to kind of hide the like speaker, and I assume they're gonna probably hide the lighting unit. I'm still very intrigued by this container because this can obviously hold something pretty heavy duty. Like, you don't wanna know what's inside this one. And this, oh, you can actually see the lighting unit in there. And I don't know what this is gonna do necessarily. I don't know if an actor can even climb inside, but I'm sure something scary will flash and jump scare you. Pretty major update for our Chucky booth for this year. They've done quite a bit to this one as well. Not only do we have the signage for Chucky's Killer Treats, but we've also got the little Good Guys playing cards behind the menu boards. I don't remember if this was down here, the Good Guys Goodies Wanna Play. We've also got the marketing here, USA Sci-Fi and Peacock, to watch the new show. I'm not watching it because I don't really care for Chucky. I think he'd be someone you could easily just kick and run away, but what do I know? And just like our other booths, we have our registers that has our menu board here, and then another sign for Killer Treats, Good Guy Goodies. And then over here, just outside Fast the Furious, we have another marquee for another house. Kind of like the one over Men in Black, it does have its TV, some additional lighting, and the curtain. Now for the house, I want to say they do lead you through Fast and Furious as a queue. I want to say they shut down the attraction for the party. I don't remember 100%, but I'm excited to see what house ends up being here. Now I don't remember seeing this booth last time I was here. Either I completely missed it or it is brand new, but it's kind of like a subtle circus tent. I know it's not like circusy, but that top feels like a circus, and then these sides here kind of feel like a castle. I don't quite know what I'm looking at. There's no ordering stand because I would assume this is just a bar. In fact, I feel like this was a bar in the past. Yeah, definitely don't remember if I saw this last time or not. Coming into New York, which we've got some pigeons roaming around. Oh God, we're being attacked. Okay. Hi pigeons, bye pigeons. Oh, there's so many of them. Wow, that was a lot. Anyways, oh, are they coming back? Oh my gosh, they are coming back. Okay, sorry, distracted by birds. So this scare zone is for Vamp 69, Summer of Blood. But before we continue on any further, I'm actually gonna take a left and head into what is the Last of Us alleyway. And this was a huge surprise to see, because I speculate something would be back here because there was a thing back here last year, and they have done so much. Like, none of this was back here. I think this was the only thing, and I was like, that's gotta be for something. But we even have a food booth back here, which is odd because we already have a Last of Us food booth, which I'll show you guys here in a second. But yeah, this is weird, this is back here too. There's also this covered area back here as well that was not back here last time. I don't know if this is where they take your order, because I came in through the exit. Oh, they got some chickens up there. That's cute. Hopefully nothing bad ever happens to them. Oh, and I believe this is the entrance where I properly should have came in. Yes, it is, okay. Oh, because here is the place where you order your food. It's weird, they have this here, because last year, and I believe even for Mardi Gras, it was on the other side where I originally came in, so it's weird they're kind of rerouting it. But I guess if they want to make Vamp 69 feel more like its own thing, they would move it. So this isn't an official scare zone. Technically, this is like an atmospheric booth to go eat at, I guess. But yeah, I am very excited for The Last of Us. It's probably the thing I'm most excited for, even though I've not really spent a lot of time watching the show or playing the game, but I'm just loving that there's video game content being added, because there's just not enough of that here at HHN. But let's continue on. Now, we've already seen our faux merchandise booths and our banners for the event and the tour bus, but they've added something new to it. Music Fest or Bust. Very cool. I still think these windows are gonna be down, like at least some of them, so scare actors can reach out and grab at people. These barrels are definitely new. I was hoping they were gonna be a trash can, but I think it's just decorative. Here's more of those barrels, but this one has like a flower prop on top of it. Can you even move that? Oh no, it's definitely bolted down. And our stage here does look relatively the same. However, we do have some more covered things, which probably means there's some grotesque mannequins underneath it. We've actually got 3 different sections here. Oh, in fact, I can see someone's hand sticking out. But on a lighter note, we do have our lead singer's microphone. Not to distract you from the bodies underneath the tarps. We also have another entryway here outside of Jimmy Fallon. We've got 2 over here underneath the Rib-Ride Rocket Curve. Got 1 right there, and then 1 over there by the subway entrance. Now, before I finish out on one last thing over near Vamp 69, I wanted to come back over here and check on the status of our food booths for Stranger Things, and I believe the Yeti. Oh yeah, Surfer Boy Pizza has its facade, and I wanna say they didn't have the windows here or the counter. I really don't remember. They do have their little register stand here with the Surfer Boy Pizza signage. Now, the Yeti booth does look almost identical to last time, but they do have their little register booth up as well. Coming over here to our actual Last of Us food booth, we have the registers. Have your ticket ready, show ID card, yellow tickets, red tickets, and white tickets. I know this sign was over at the other one, I just didn't stop to read it. Give us our rations. I think the booths themselves still do look the same, but I think they did add these orange Fedra signs to them. Now, this food booth is the one that's been kind of odd to me because I don't quite know what it's supposed to be. It's called the Stellar Bar, so it does have signage now, and this kind of almost 80s print, maybe 90s at the bottom. It does have its little register stand as well, the same print. And my original speculation was that because it can't really be a horror themed because we're right across from the family friendly Minions, that they had to do something a little bit safe here. I don't quite know what they're gonna serve here, but it is cool that they have something over in Music Plaza, since the scare zone itself is way down there. We do have another entryway to our house, another TV, and all the normal things every other one has had. And I wanna say there should be one more around here, since this is usually home to at least 2 houses. Maybe it's further back here. Nope, nothing yet, but I'm sure something will pop up here in the next few days. And kind of like over near Kids Zone, we have a kind of a generic food truck here, but it does have signage for Midway Delights, which means this one might be based around Jack, and I think her name is Chance. Forgive me, I'm still getting used to HHN lore. Now I'm very happy because my prayers have been answered. They are moving the tribute store back to its original location. Hallelujah. I was so upset when they moved the tribute store from this location to the other one because it just doesn't work over there. It works perfectly fine over here. Now, Universal likes to leave a lot of hints and a lot of clues, so it wasn't really a secret that the tribute store was moving back. We had seen a hint inside of the Jurassic Park tribute store that talked about a tribute to terror, and it was a comic book, and there was an address on it that was dated to be in New York. Welcome to the Halloween tribute store for Halloween Horror Nights 2023. I am so glad this is back over here. And this is quite the facade. They did such a great job with this. Looks like they're going for a general store or maybe some kind of thrift shop this time around. Let's look in the window, see if we can find some fun Easter eggs and references. Now this, I believe, was the comic book that was hidden in the tribute store. It was like partially covered, but the spine where it says horror kind of looks the same. Tribute store comic certified fan. It says sold out, but I'm really hoping that they actually sell that shirt this year. The Curator, all of Japan's monsters. There's my boy Frank right there. Tribute facade, Black Cat. I want to say that was an actual tribute facade they had in the past, but it was a different year, one that we hadn't been to. But it's cool when they reference old stuff like that. Halloween in style, spooky decor, sales daily. I like the classic masks too. Vampire-free establishments, no exceptions. So unfortunately for Vamp 69, they can't come in here. Oh, and we got garlic here too, so they're definitely saying no way. I wonder if they're actually gonna sell comics here. That would be really cool. They even put one of the Summer Music Fest 69 banners on the entryway to promote the festival before we knew it was gonna go wrong, even though it does have Dr. Oddfellow's symbol. We've got a ton of comic books and references here, especially over here with Earl the Squirrel. That's actually the same book they had for the Christmas tree crawl last year. Mardi Gras, Earl the Squirrel and Gerg the Llama go to space. Spooky Tales with Earl. Rhyme of the Corn. I want to say that's probably a reference to the scarecrows they have up every single year. And I wonder if they're actually going to sell this game too. Halloween Horror Nights mystery game, a survival horror adventure. And you do have Halloween horror icons on the cover as their shadows. That for sure is Jack right there. I actually ran into Kevin Heimbach while I was here, and he asked me if I was going to buy this. And I didn't quite realize that you could purchase it because I just thought it was a prop. But this looks really cool, and I'll probably end up getting it because I'm a sucker for stuff like this. They even have like all the rules on here. They've got references to the Blinky Cup, scare zones, horror house. This actually is kind of a layout of the park because you've got the entryway right there. That's the little park area that's just right behind me through those trees where that angel pillar is. You've got the lagoon where like the nighttime show is, like Harry Potter would be up there, Simpsons would be down over here. And then that like fake city facade is the library that's just back there. I do hope this isn't too expensive, and I'm sure this will sell out almost instantly, but if I can get my hands on it, I'll be super thankful. Honestly, that tribute store is the highlight of today. I'm so very pleased and excited to see that that's here, and it's gonna open up in less than a week. That's so exciting to me. But let's head over to Islands of Adventure, check out the All Hallows Eve boutique, and see what merchandise they've unveiled for this year, because I've heard a lot of it is already going fast. I'll see you guys over there. Made it here to the All Hallows Eve Boutique at Islands of Adventure, which is now Dr. Oddfellow's Carnival of Thrills. There's honestly so much to take in here. There are references to scare zones for this year. There are references to original houses for this year. There's a ton of merchandise, including all the merchandise for all the licensed houses, merchandise for Dr. Oddfellow himself. There's an entire new collection for both HHN as a whole and for Lil Boo. I am loving this Lil Boo collection. This Lil Boo is everywhere. He's so cute. I have to get one of these. I don't know if I'm gonna get it today, but I probably should, because I think they've already sold out once, like on the launch day, because I'm here a couple days late. But oh my gosh, it's so cute. Now, one character I don't know about is Madame Bastiel. She even has like a little like medium corner back here. I wonder if we'll be seeing her at HHN too? The store is also very overwhelming. Like, there is so much to look at. I feel like I'm turning and looking in different corners and seeing brand new stuff I hadn't seen yet. But I love it. I love it. It's just getting me more and more excited for the event. Well, friends, thank you guys so much for coming along with me to Universal today to check out all the final updates for Halloween Horror Nights. I am so excited. Halloween Horror Nights is 1 week away, and this is probably the most excited I've been for Halloween Horror Nights in the years that I've gone. I'm sure they will do plenty of additional updates in the next coming week that I'll just have to see in person when I finally come. Now, not only are we going to be here for actual Halloween Horror Nights, but we're going to be checking out the tribute store itself, which you guys saw the facade today, and the return of the Dead Coconut Club, which is a fun horror-themed bar in City Walk. So this is just the start of the spooky season. If you guys haven't done so already, make sure you guys like our video, subscribe to our channel, and hit that notification bell. That way you guys don't miss out on any future adventures. And as always, thanks for making memories with us. I've been Adrian, and we'll see you next time.